Elizabeth Raffald was an English businesswoman, remembered chiefly for her 1769 book The Experienced English Housekeeper. Raffald was born in Doncaster in 1733. Between 1748 and 1763 she was employed as a housekeeper by several families, including the Warburtons of Arley Hall in Cheshire, where she met her future husband, John Raffald, Arley Hall's head gardener. In 1763 the couple moved to Manchester, where Elizabeth opened a confectionery shop and John sold flowers and seeds at a market stall. She also ran a cookery school and outside catering business from the shop, supervising formal dinner parties for the new money of Manchester. They had 9 children, only 3 daughters survived to grow up. Raffald opened what was probably Manchester's first register office, an employment agency for servants. In 1772 she produced the first trade directory of Manchester and Salford, upgraded and reissued further editions in 1773 and 1781, invested in 2 local newspapers and also wrote a book on midwifery, under the guidance of Charles White, one of the founders of the Manchester Royal Infirmary, but she died before its publication. The Raffalds ran a coaching inn, the King's Head in Chapel Street, where she tried hiring out carriages, holding regular entertainments and catering for the office's mess. They left there in debt due to John's drinking, and he then took on a license at the Exchange Coffee House, where again she catered, while still revising the directory and writing the midwifery book. She also took a stall at Castle Races, supplying refreshments for ladies and gentlemen. She died at the age of 48 of a spasm and was quickly buried at Stockport Parish Church without her name on the headstone. Cookery book. Raffald was author of the extremely successful The Experienced English Housekeeper. Her book, published locally in 1769, went through 13 authorized editions and at least 23 pirated ones. In 1773, she sold the copyright to her publisher for £1,400, equivalent to about £160,000 as of 2015. In the book, she was the first cook to offer the combination of bride cake, almond paste, and royal icing. It was a definitive work of instruction for fine dining using basic cooking principles aimed at novices. She is also thought to have devised the modern Eccles cake using flaky pastry instead of a yeast-based mix. Book. Raffald compiled and published the first trade directory for Manchester and Salford in 1772. Legacy. A blue plaque marked the site of the Bull's Head pub, which Raffald ran on Market Place in Manchester. The plaque was replaced in 2011 with a new black version on the Marks & Spencer's building, 7 Market Street. In 2012, Arley Hall announced that some of Raffald's recipes would be sold at the Hall's restaurant. General Manager Steve Hamilton called her a huge character in Arley's history, and it is only right that we mark her contribution to the estate's past. In 2015, Elizabeth Raffald was one of 6 women nominated for a public vote to decide the subject of a new statue in Manchester. Books by Elizabeth Raffald. Raffald, Elizabeth. Directory of Manchester and Salford, 1772. Manchester. Raffald, Elizabeth. The English Housekeeper for the use and ease of ladies, housekeepers, cooks, and c. Written purely from practice. Etc. Manchester, R. Baldwin. Raffald, Elizabeth. Directory of Manchester and Salford, 1772. An illustrated reprint of the first Manchester and Salford Directory, 1889. Swinton, Neil Richardson. Bibliography. Appleton, Suze. Elizabeth Raffald's The Experienced English Housekeeper of Manchester. Amazon. ISBN 1508449449. Shipperbottom, Roy. Introduction to Elizabeth Raffald's The Experienced English Housekeeper. Portico Library. Shercliffe, E. Elizabeth Raffald, Her Biography and Family Tree. Amazon.